Okay, so we've got the drive shaft out, we have the differential end here, and we have the wheel hub end here. Obviously this is a boot here that's a problem. What we're going to do is remove all of this end here. There's a little tripod in here full of grease and some bearings. We'll take the circlip off there and we'll pull the boot and everything off this side. We're going to reuse this boot if we can. And then we're going to remove this boot this way. The new boot's going to go on this way, and all this old stuff will go back on here and we'll fit it back to the car. So let's get started. We'll get this end off first. Okay, first we're going to need to cut these bands off here. So we very carefully cut them without destroying the boot. There should be a bit of a high section like there is here. We can just cut them there and get all of these off because all these boots are coming off. I just cut them with a little wheel like this. You can use an angle grinder or a pair of side cutters if you can get in there. Just try not to damage the boot. Okay, with these two straps cut off, we can actually just peel the boot back here. And the grease on this side doesn't look too bad. There's our cup. We'll re-grease all that when we're ready. And here's our tripod here with the bearings. Everything looks pretty good, which is what we'd expect because this boot was good. We need to clean all this off and we'll get rid of the circlip. There is a circlip in the end here. We'll knock this off. Sometimes they can be quite tight. We'll see if it pulls off or if we have to tap it off. And then we'll remove this boot and we can finally get to the boot that's been causing us all the trouble. Okay, so that's clean enough to get to the snap ring. We can just see it on the end of that shaft there. So we'll just flick that out of the way. Some of them will have the two holes for proper circlip pliers. This one doesn't, which is really annoying, but I have a pair of sort of flag tips pliers here. We'll flick that out. We'll see how hard it is to get this tripod off the end of this shaft. Okay, snap ring is off. Tripod came off very easily. I'm not guaranteeing that yours will, but that came off quite easily. We'll store that aside and we'll pull this boot off. Much like this. There we go. Still got a bit of grease in it, but that's okay. We'll store that aside and we will work on getting this boot off. I've still got to cut these clamps off this one as well. So exactly the same process. We'll cut the two clamps off. We'll peel the boot off. We'll have a look, make sure the CV joint is still good. It has been open. I'm not sure for how long it's been open, but it has definitely been open to all sorts of weather and road grime. We'll have a look. If it's in good condition, we'll re-grease it, put the boot back on. Job's done. Okay, obviously I'm not reusing this boot, so I don't need to be anywhere near as careful, which is always good. Cool. All right, so we get them off. And we can peel this boot back. The grease is quite a bit more dirty on this side, but it's still in there, which is good. The CV looks all right. I don't think there's gonna be any dramas. I'll clean it all up and we'll put the new grease. And usually when you get the boots, they'll come with the two clamps, which of course we're going to need, and they'll also come with a packet of grease. So we're going to fill it up with the grease that's supplied with the new boot. They usually retail aftermarket about 60 bucks if you want genuine Toyota, which will of course last longer. You'll pay a little bit more, probably a little bit over 100 bucks, but definitely worth getting genuine if you can, depending on where you live and your circumstances. In my case, getting genuine today is probably not going to happen on a Sunday, so I'm just going to get what I can. We'll stick it all back together. Okay, so we've got the brand new boot now and we're going to slide it over here, and it also comes with brand new bands, and I'll show you how to use the tools. There's two different types of bands, two different types of tools. We'll show you how to use those to fit it. First thing we're going to do is put a heap of grease in the boot and in the joint. All this grease comes with the CV boot. We're going to fill it right up and we're going to put the boot on, get it all in place before we secure it with the bands. So let's get started. I'll fill this with grease and then we'll jump to the next step. Okay, so here's how to use this particular tool. We'll use this one on these clamps when we do the other boot. So we're going to do both types. These straps came with this boot, so we'll use these ones. This tool here, we've wrapped it around as many times as it possibly will go around the boot. We can't get another rotation out of it, so we're going to cut this section off effectively. With the tool like this, with the half hemisphere facing up, we're going to stick this through from underneath. Then we're going to go under that hemisphere. We'll just have to turn this part of the tool here to make sure we allow for that. That is actually the cutter that we're looking at there. Give it a bit of a bend in a downwards direction will help me quite a bit. As you can see, I've got it sitting through the cutter here. It goes through like that and winds around there. The best, if you can, get as much of that free play through before it goes through the wind there, but mine just will not pull through. So I'm going to wind all of this excess through this section here until it's tight, and I will do that now. Okay, once you get it through the tool like I have here, we're going to wind all of this excess out of this strap. I've got quite a bit of excess to get through, but it'll happen pretty quickly, as we'll see. Just Just got to make sure once it gets pretty tight that it is sitting on the boot properly. Yeah, just wind it all up. Greasy hands do not help. All right, that's coming along nice. It's all on the boot properly. We just need to take as much slack out of it as possible. You want it tight, not too tight, you don't have to go too crazy with it. Just tight is good. And then we'll use the cutter here and we'll actually cut that off. So maintain a little bit of tension on the winding here, just so that boot's tight, and we just cut it off. Like that. And then we can fold it over. Once it's folded over, get a little hammer and a punch. Probably want to fold it over before you cut it off. It's always a good idea to fold it first. I'm just going to tap this down. Just going to lock it off. And then these two little ears on the side here, just going to bend them over. Make sure that all stays together nice and neat and tidy. And it locks it from coming apart again. That's what we want. Not the neatest job in the world, but that boot is now firmly secured onto that drive shaft, and that's going nowhere. Just as I said before, just make sure you bend it over before you cut it. I actually cut it first, but I still have the ability to bend it. You want to bend it over first, then hit it with the cutter, because the bend will actually hold it in place, and then we can bend them tabs over just to finish the job. Okay, exact same process with this little one here. We're going to roll as much of this up as we can. Doesn't matter which direction we go, as long as we go the same direction the whole time. Make sure we're over the boot in the right spot. I've just taken it off there, haven't I? There we go. Take all that tension up. Like I say, not too crazy tight, just tight. We don't want it coming off, but we don't want to snap the steel band either. We'll just give it a bend, and we'll hit it with the cutter. Just like that. Okay, we're just going to bend that over, and exactly as before, just use a little punch just to make sure that bend is complete. And then we'll bend these little ears over again. Okay, so we've got the boot on this way around. We put that on first, then we put the tripod on there, and we put the circlip on. Don't forget the circlip. I've put a heap of new grease in there as well. And then we've just got to put this cup on the end here. We may need to give it a bit of a tap. And that goes on like that, and then we'll put our two straps on there to hold this on. Obviously, we're going to use a different type of strap this time. I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, for the other type of strap, we have one of these. They curl up, and we can make them as big as they can possibly go, and they can curl right up and go quite small as well. They have 3 hooks on the back, so we can kind of tighten them and ratchet it back and get it as tight as we possibly can around the boot. And then we're going to use a tool much like this to crimp the end and give it that little bit more tightness and secure it all for life. It's a one-shot game with this one, as it is with the other one. So we'll get it on, and we'll ratchet it right up, and then we'll crimp it. As you can see here, we can sort of ratchet it to the next spot. We'll get it as tight as we possibly can before we go ahead and we crimp it with a pair of these. Okay, we'll get this as tight as we possibly can. Probably going to be there for me. And then we're going to go on the top here. Pair of these, and we're just going to crimp it right up. That's it. A little bit easier than the other one, but I think the other one's actually a little bit better, but there we go. It's that simple. We now have a permanent clamp on there, and we'll do a little one on this end as well, and then we're ready to put the whole drive shaft back into the vehicle. Okay, once again, I've got that as tight as I possibly can. I wrapped it right around, and we will just go ahead and we will crimp it in place. May need to just tap the end down as well. If I still have my hammer, here it is. Just make sure that stays in place. Like that. Excellent. Permanent and very tight. We are now ready to fit this drive shaft back to the vehicle. Looks pretty good. Brand new boot on this end. Cool.